time for some trivia. What city has a name that means dam on the river Amstel? The answer is Amsterdam. What was the first rap group to appear on American Bandstand? Run DMC. What Supreme Court nominee claimed he was the victim of a high-tech lynching in 1991? Clarence Thomas. What C word became a substitute for chocolate during the natural foods craze of the 1970s? Carob. It looks like carob to me. What basketball team was the first in Major League sports to be named for an insect? The Charlotte Hornets. What word from Lost Horizon did James Hilton introduce to the English language in 1933? Shangri-La. What U.S. city is home to the Sunday paper with the largest circulation? Los Angeles. Who starred in the movie version of Hamlet that grossed the most? Mel Gibson. What entitlement program is called the third rail of American politics? Because if politicians touch it, they're dead. Medicare. What do insects do through their spiracles? Breathe. What quarterback spent 46 days in 1996 at the Menninger Clinic to kick an addiction to the painkiller Vicodin? Brett Favre. How many eighth notes will fill up a measure in 3/4 time? 6. What's the Greenwich Mean Time once each day when all of the globe shares the same date? Noon. What did Andy Warhol say was his favorite kind of music? Music. What type of letters did lovelorn U.S. troops dread receiving in World War II? Dear John letters. What viral disease is the main killer among the 6 diseases targeted by the World Health Organization as preventable by vaccine? Measles. What 2 teams won 4 Stanley Cups each in the 1980s? The Edmonton Oilers and New York Islanders. What lawyer wears a trademark fringed buckskin coat and black turtleneck sweater? Gary Spence, or it possibly is Jerry Spence, but Gerry. Well, you'll see that on the video anyway. What U.S. state celebrates Lee Day in lieu of May Day? Maybe it's late. It's probably Lay Day. I'm sorry. What U.S. state celebrates Lay Day in lieu of May Day? Hawaii. What TV psychologist saw patients at Chicago's Rampo Medical Arts Building? Bob Hartley. What did Richard Nixon forbid at White House feats after he spilled it on his vest during his first state dinner? Soup. How many of every 10 people who contract botulism will survive? 3. What Dallas star was the NFL's tallest player during the 1980s at 6'9"? Ed Too Tall Jones. What president was the best golfer according to the 1996 book Presidential Lies: The Illustrated History of White House Golf? John F. Kennedy. What Sanskrit word or a spiritual guide literally means heavy? Guru. What was the first sitcom filmed on the West Coast? I Love Lucy. What U.S. state's governor declared a state of emergency 30 times between 1991 and 1995? California's. What do the letters CD-ROM stand for? Compact disc, read-only memory. What slow-footed catcher admitted he used to knock his hat off while running to first base to make it appear he was really moving? Bob Uecker. Who was Nancy Davis pregnant with when she walked down the aisle with Ronald Reagan? Patty. What corporation is building a utopian community in Florida called Celebration? Disney. What movie prompted Uma Thurman to gush, "To dance with Travolta was like being able to do a Western with John Wayne"? Pulp Fiction. What Soviet invasion did Leonid Brezhnev say would be over in 3 to 4 weeks? The Afghanistan invasion. What was the surname of the French brothers who started making bicycle tires in 1888? Michelin. What neatly stacked snack food features a man with a handlebar mustache on its canister? Pringles. What Gulf city's residents consume 2.4 times as much mayonnaise as anywhere else in the U.S.? New Orleans. What city is known to Syrians as Damascus? Damascus. Who lost her chance to play the lead in her producer husband's movie, Chinatown, when she ran off with Steve McQueen? Ally McGraw. Who did African American children in Chicago admire as much as Jesus in a 1996 poll? Michael Jordan. What did farmers get in 1994 for 12 ounces of oatmeal retailing at $2.45? This is multiple choice. Is it 14, 28, or 42 cents? $0.14. What was Caesar Cardini's gift to the culinary arts? The Caesar salad. How much of the original 23 cents per pound of Girl Scout cookies did the troop get to keep? $0.01. How many ngui equal a kwacha when you're paying for goods in Zambia? $100. What Godfather role did Rod Steiger campaign for, despite being 30 years too old for the part? Michael Corleone. What conflict was known as Truman's Folly? The Korean War. What's the U.S. trade name for the sedative methaqualone? Quaalude. What do British racing enthusiasts bet on? Greyhounds. What beefy German has been called the only world leader who can out-eat Bill Clinton? Helmut Kohl. What former riverboat pilot and author called the Mississippi the crookedest river? What TV game show's signature lines included number 2, what is your name, please? Do tell the truths. What country was reborn in 1948 after 2 millennia of exile? Israel. What New England state has the fewest family doctors but the most specialists per capita? Massachusetts. What did a KO'd boxer have to do to win in the ancient Olympics? Die. How did Andrew Carnegie's simplified spelling board want the word enough spelled? ENUF. What Asian nation will be home for the Petronas Towers, the tallest buildings in the world? Malaysia. What odd couple were originally Leonard Rosenberg and Walter Metushinsky? Sorry about the pronunciation on that one. Tony Randall and Walter Matthau. What former astronaut withdrew from a Senate race after he suffered a bathtub injury? John Glenn. What salt-tolerant trees once grew on 60% of the world's tropical coastlines? Mangroves. What craft product did U.S. housewives find over 1,300 users for in 1952? Cheese whiz. What's the G word for all of a building's outgoing water, with the exception of sewage? Gray water. Which northwestern state borders only 2 other states? What TV show lost Jim Carrey when he stepped into the movies? In living color. What historic structure was saved from a real estate syndicate by a domain? I'll start over. Sorry. What historic structure was saved from a real estate syndicate by a donation from a Texas cattle heiress? The Alamo. What's wire rope most often called? Cable. What board game did Ben Franklin call My Opera to justify his absence from the Paris Opera? Chess. Who was the first White House cat since Amy Carter's Misty Malarkey Yin Yang? Socks. What country is bordered by Saudi Arabia and Iraq? Kuwait. What heavy metal spoofers titled their second album Break Like the Wind? Spinal Tap. What primetime live principal was once a press aide for Richard Nixon? Diane Sawyer. What fat substitute developed by Procter & Gamble adds no calories because it passes through the body undigested? Olestra. What tournament did Arnold Palmer say he would play in as long as he could walk? The Masters. What phrase defining a microorganism that would spell disaster for mankind comes from the title of a Michael Crichton book? Andromeda Strain. France, and Germany. What do statisticians call a chart that presents data as slices of a circle? A pie chart. Who was on the cover of the May 10th, 1993 issue of Sports Illustrated, headlined, "Terror on the Court"? Monica Seles. What instrument did minstrel champ Joel Sweeney add a fifth string to in 1830? The banjo. What British university boasts an endowment called the Jackie Mason Lectureship in Contemporary Judaism? Oxford. What are Aaron, Art, Charles, and Cyril collectively known as? The Neville brothers. Who was the only Russian-born Prime Minister of Israel? Golda Meir. What product claims it works like liquid ball bearings? Pennzoil. What two NBA players won the MVP trophy 3 times each from 1986 through 1992? Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan. What future hippie leader was the first male cheerleader at Brandeis? Abby Hoffman. What California town was named after a major movie studio? Paramount. What 3 hit movies starring Jim Carrey played first run theaters in 1994? Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber. What Pittsburgh outfit was the world's first to surpass annual sales of $1 billion in 1917? U.S. Steel. What ground-level atmospheric hazard is ozone a major component of? Dog. What U.S. city is home to the annual World Series of Poker? Las Vegas. What indicates the highest honors? Is it cum laude, magna cum laude, or summa cum laude? Summa cum laude. What's the world's top selling duty-free product? Cigarettes. Where was the ship headed from Mexico in Catherine Ann Porter's Ship of Fools? Germany. What country lost 3.7 million people in a 1931 flood? China. What does an Alabama-approved disclaimer in biology textbooks describe as only a controversial theory? Evolution. What Major League Baseball team is sometimes dubbed the Fish? The Florida Marlins. What author's first and middle names were Alan Alexander? A. Milnes. Alright, well, that is all the time I have to read trivia for you today. If you enjoyed it, you tell me and I can do more. If not, then tell me and I definitely will not. I hope that you relaxed, that you had fun, and maybe that you all learned something. And I will see you all later. Remember, have a great